Today's collectible spot, we're having a look at the LEGO Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set 79100. This would be the Krang Lab Escape. The set contains 90 pieces. It also contains 3 minifigures. Technically, I suppose 2, and Krang is just a standalone accessory. This comes to us from the Nickelodeon new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. I've recently found these at my local Toys R Us and have picked up a couple of the sets. Can't wait to get these opened up. On the top, the actual size of the Krang. Again, it's not really so much a minifigure of Krang as it is just a standalone piece. And on the back, some of the activities, the delightful adventures that you can create in your Ninja Turtle world, along with a poster, or not really a poster, a comic strip down below. I'm not really sure how this scene has played out. It looks like Michelangelo has convinced the foot soldier that he's dropped his pizza. I don't know where the pizza would have come from. The foot soldier has clumsily walked over and slipped on the pizza, and then somehow Michelangelo has gotten free. There's probably things in between each of these panels. The story really doesn't make much sense to me, but it is what it is. I love this little setup that Krang is sitting in. It's kind of retro. Kind of reminds me of the old Ninja Turtle cartoon. Definitely can't wait to get this opened up. I'm going to take a bit of a break, going to get this opened up, going to put it together. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at set 79100, the Krang Lab Escape. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Of course, with set 79100, you get yourself an instruction manual. It shows you how to put together the, I guess, 2 pieces, the 2 main pieces. Didn't actually take Spot very long at all to put it together. Let's have a look at the minifigures that come with set 79100. For starters, the turtle that you get in this set is Michelangelo. He looks awesome. Now, something you may not know about Spot is I was quite an avid Lego collector when I was younger, and one of the things I used to always try to do is customize my Lego. And the one that I always remember the most is I always used to try to make my Lego minifigures look like Ninja Turtles. I actually took some green paint, very crudely tried to make myself a Ninja Turtle. He ended up just looking like a mess. And I think I had a medieval set, and I took one of the gray helmets and I ended up making a shredder out of that. Very, very crude. I always kept thinking to myself, geez, I really wish Lego would actually make true Ninja Turtles. This, something like this, is a love letter to my younger self. It's a shame that I wasn't younger to really be able to get into these and play with these, because these by far are my favorite, I would say my favorite minifigures of all time. Sure, the DC ones are cool and the Marvel ones have been really neat, but the Ninja Turtles I think really personifies the franchise in which the minifigures were based off of. I'm just going to take the nunchucks. He does come with 1 pair of nunchucks. Sadly, he doesn't seem to come with 2, but he comes with 1 pair of nunchucks. Put those aside. And then here you have Michelangelo. He just looks so cool. So very, very cool indeed. Now, all the Ninja Turtle minifigures all have an actual shell piece. If you don't necessarily want the shell, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you want it, you can take the shell off, and there's actually a back printing on the back of the minifigure that has a printing of a shell. I guess if you wanted to put the minifigures into seats, or if you wanted to have them seated in something, maybe you would want the shell off, I guess. But for me, I would definitely keep the shell on. I'm just gonna put the shell back on Michelangelo. The expression on his face is definitely something that Mikey would be sporting. Standard minifigure articulation on the minifigures. I probably am wishing for too much, but I would have loved a clip on the back where he had actually been able to house and hold his nunchucks, but still not too bad at all. So I love this. Love it quite a bit. The other minifigure that you get is a foot soldier. This foot soldier, I guess, comes with, is that just a mace, a ball and chain? He's very generic. I guess sadly, if anything, he is depicted from the new Playmates, the new Nickelodeon cartoon of Ninja Turtles. So he's just all black and he's got the kind of the bug eyes going on there. It's very unlikely that we will ever get this, but I would love so much if we got a classic Ninja Turtle Lego figure line as well. And we got robotic foot soldiers. Decked out in the purple, maybe got a couple of rock soldiers. Now that is what I would be talking about. But still, it's nice that we got ourselves a foot soldier, and I really like the fact that it seems like every single set has come with a foot soldier. It doesn't give you, you don't have to necessarily go out and get another set of the same set you got just to get more army builders going. You seem to get one with every single set, and I love that. I guess lastly, the only other minifigure you get is Krang. I'm just going to open this up here, open up the dome, and Krang actually sits inside his little, I don't know, pedestal, his walker, I guess. The detail on Krang, it's not bad. It's not bad. It is what you would expect it to be. His body is rubbery, but it actually sits on top of a pink generic minifigure head. So I guess if you really wanted to, you could have Krang sitting on top of one of the foot soldiers, which would be somewhat ridiculous. But again, looking at this and looking at this, again, really wishing that we would one day get a classic Ninja Turtle line. Could you imagine if we got this Krang inside a larger robotic minifigure? That would be so cool. That would be very, very cool indeed. The Krang, I guess we'll look at one of the vehicles or one of the sets in this build set. You get yourself a Krang walker. It has 4 legs on the bottom, or claws if you want to think of it that way. It is removable, but I mean, you know, there's no reason why you'd want to remove it. It does allow the cockpit to rotate. It's got some jets kind of going on the back there. I like the fact that it has these claws. I think that's really neat. He does have, at the very top here, on either side, he has flick fire missiles, which you can fire out. Of course, every Lego set seems nowadays that it does come with a flick fire missile. These are posable as well, so you can move them up or down. You can have them down, but for me, I would probably just have them more so up. And once again, reiterating the fact that the cockpit, it opens. You can see that there are some levers, some dial readings going on in there as well. Yeah, I really like this. You know, there's not really much going on in this set really as a whole, but you know, this is a perfect way to have a Krang minifigure. I mean, on his own, he probably wouldn't do very much unless you got a robotic body, which I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But I really like the fact that we got this little kind of walker, whatever you want to call it. Putting that aside. And I guess really the lesser, cooler aspect is you get some sort of cell containment unit, I suppose, if you want to look at it that way. There are hooks on the side that you can actually take the nunchucks and clip them into place. Now, I don't know if you would want the turtle's weapon to be so close to his cell. Seems like to me it would be fairly easy for him to grab them, that you would probably want to keep them somewhat away from the actual cell. And as you can see, the back piece came off here. I'm just going to take these off. You can take Michelangelo, just fold his arms down here, and you can place him inside the cell. Then what you'll do is take the back piece here, and you'll want to just clamp that into place, like so. Just like that. And there you have Mikey in his little prison, like so. On the front, there's a little computer readout, a little display with some switches. Luckily, it's not a sticker, which is kind of a good thing too. And there's a little lever. And then when you want to free Michelangelo, now this hasn't worked for me very well, but you kind of have to keep Michelangelo near the back of the clear base or the clear dome. And then what you want to do is press this button right here. And when you press it, it pops off, and it actually did a little better of a job than it did before, but it pops off and Mikey is freed. For play value, it's fun, it's neat, and you know, we as Lego sets, you don't really get a lot of cells or kind of little experiment chambers kind of thing, so this is kind of neat. If this wasn't really used for the Ninja Turtles, you could probably use it for something else too, and it would still be a pretty cool little feature. And I guess lastly, you get yourself a pizza pie, like so. Maybe some mushrooms on there. That's either cheese or maggots. I'm going to assume that's cheese sprinkled on the pizza. Oops, I banged the backdrop there. And you can have Michelangelo holding it. Not well, sadly, but he does hold it. It does fall out, though. If you were kind of reenacting the Turtles arcade game, you could kind of pretend like his energy is low. He totally just got a whole refuel via the 1-up or the full power-up pizza here. So I think that's really cool. Overall, this is a really good set. I mean, this is my first Ninja Turtle review from the Lego, so I think this was really a good set to start out with. I am super impressed with these Turtle minifigures. Again, I can easily say these are by far my favorite minifigures I think I've ever had from Lego. I know that's such a bold statement, but it is so, so true. I mean, growing up with the Ninja Turtles, I think I can probably speak for a lot of kids in their 30s that maybe grew up in the 80s, and Lego really was where it was at. But I mean, Lego was so basic growing up. You had a basic yellow minifigure, and then you would just have different things you could put on them, whether it be a helmet or what have you. So I mean, as a kid, you always wanted to get the Batman Lego. You always hoped that they could have a Ninja Turtle Lego. And a lot of times, I know at least I did, I tried to customize it, probably to no effect compared to what we get now. I mean, this to me is a love letter to my childhood. And I am so happy that Lego is now releasing a Ninja Turtle Lego lineup. This set as a whole, fairly inexpensive. I think the set as a whole is probably only about $9 to $12. But if you want a relatively inexpensive, but still a very rewarding set, I think this is a fun set to go with. This set as a whole, if I could probably give it a rating, I'm going to give this set a 7.5. Today's collectible spot, though, we were having a look at the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's bring in the box. Today we're having a look at set 79100. This is the Krang Lab Escape. And this is my first and likely not my last review of the very cool new Turtles toys from the good folks at Lego. Love these. Thanks for watching, guys. Certainly stick around. More collectible spots are heading your way. And I'm pretty sure you're going to see more Lego Turtles reviews certainly heading your way as well. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time. Shredder!